of number 2 says, how many grams of NaCl are produced when 80 grams of O2 are produced? Okay, now, I want to ask you something. When we write up here what we're going from and to, what are we starting with? Somebody who hasn't answered anything yet. What? Grams of? Grams of O2. So we're going from 80.0 grams of O2, and what are we going to? Grams of NaCl. Okay. So this is a gram to gram. This is going to be one of our long ones. So if we're starting off with grams of O2, what goes in our first box?
80 grams of O2.
80 grams of O2. Okay. What units, what chemical down here to cancel? Somebody with boots on. Grams of O2 is our chemical here. Now, we know that we want to end up in grams of sodium chloride. We're starting off in O2. We know somewhere in the middle we're going to have a mole ratio, right? So what do we have to get to from grams of O2 before we can go into that mole ratio? Moles of O2. So what units, what chemical will go up here? Moles of O2. Okay. And now we're looking for a mole-gram relationship. Where would we find that? To the periodic table. Because grams, remember we just did this one. So 1 mole of O2 is how many grams of O2? 32. Okay. So if we stopped right there, we'd be in moles of O2. But that's not where we want to stop. Now we're going to go on to the mole ratio. What units, what chemical goes here? Moles of O2. We want to get into grams of NaCl. What units and what chemical? This is our mole ratio. So here's the mole ratio. What units, what chemical? Give me a unit. Yep, on top. Moles of NaCl. Okay. And what is our mole ratio? How many moles of NaCl for every how many moles of O2?
2 to 3.
Yep. 2 to 3. Okay. So now we can go to grams of NaCl. What units, what chemical? Go ahead.
Which one? Top one.
Bottom.
Moles of NaCl.
Moles of NaCl. Because we need that to cancel. Okay. What units, what chemical? Grams of NaCl. Okay, and where do we find that relationship between grams and moles? Periodic table. So, you need to figure out the molar mass of sodium chloride. 22.99 and 35.45. Yeah. So we get 58.44 grams of sodium chloride and 1 mole of sodium chloride. Okay, now multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and divide. Okay, how many grams of sodium chloride are we going to be able to produce? When you have a number for me, stick your thumb on top of your head. Okay. We have 3 thumbs. I'm waiting for all the thumbs. We have 4 thumbs. 5 thumbs. 6 thumbs. I think it may say something about you depending on where you choose to stick your thumb on your head. Some of you are kind of like, Some of you are just like, no, I've got it.
You said on top of your head.
Oh, did I actually? Okay. All right.
Oh, I was getting forehead out of that.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay. Leanne, what you got?
97.4 grams NaCl.
Yep, beautiful. 97.4 grams of sodium chloride. And how many sig figs can we have?
3.
3. So that's it. We don't have to do anything with that answer. It's perfect as is. Okay. How many of you feel like these are pretty easy? They are easy. They are just a matter of bookkeeping. Making sure that you, when you set it up, look back at the problem and go, okay, yes, those cancel. Yes, those cancel. Yes, those cancel. And we end up in the units we want to be in. That will save you a lot of heartache. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to work on the rest of these. We'll probably do that for the rest of this period, and then we'll pick up with some notes at the beginning of 4th. Okay? 5th.